Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. I am Mikey. That is Devin.
Damn, I wish I could remember what we talked about. I couldn't even remember what we talked about the Super Bowl.
If it has to come down to that, or I just seem like a hater to get my point across, I'll do it.
Oh my God, he missed it!
Wow. I'm dwindling back down. You're just getting worse.
I'm ramping it up. It's bad.
It's crazy. Do you ever anticipate to go back?
To go? What do you mean?
To lip form?
Yeah, but then it's like, yeah, I don't know.
You should.
I should.
You should eventually. I did. I've been slowly. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. We're here. We're back. You got me. You got Devin. And we got a lot to talk about. I mean, since the last time that we have recorded an episode, we've had the NBA champions, be crowned. We are, I guess, a day removed. The day that this comes out, the NBA draft will be, prepping, warming up. There'll probably be some pre-draft coverage happening. A GOAT retires, which we'll talk about. I think the first attempt at a WNBA autograph we got on camera. I think.
We got an autograph?
We got a lot of things, Devin. We got a lot of things to talk about.
BG-13 autograph?
But who'd you call? What?
BG-13.
Did they try to get her autograph too?
No, I thought you tried to get her autograph.
No, would never in a million years.
Oh,
You'd have to pay me to get her autograph.
I'd get her autograph.
For what?
I could sell it for like a cookie.
Dude, no.
You don't think I could sell it for a cookie?
Okay, but sell it for a cookie? Just buy a cookie. Why go through the hassle of even having to interact with that bitch? Like, what are we talking about?
No, I'm saying like if I just saw her. Like I've seen Elena Deladon before. That's a tall lady.
Yeah, but it's like I
wasn't starstruck. That's for sure.
I'd rather go buy a cookie. I just go buy a cookie, and that's all. And then you just have a cookie, and that Brittany Griner interaction just never had to happen.
Or you could have her sign a napkin and then just blow your nose right.
All right, no, we'll talk about the other stuff later. But Devin, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they are the 2025 NBA champions.
What a fucking shame.
Now, okay, here's the thing. I feel one of two ways about this, or I got mixed feelings about the yes. I'm very bi when it comes to the NBA. I'm sorry, that sounded crazy. So with the NBA
Big Knicks
finals,
fan, eh?
like Knicks and Cowboys. So when the we talked about it last episode, they pushed it to a game 7. We had a chance of Halliburton not tearing his Achilles, which I mean we pretty much dialed in on that happening game 7. We verbatim.
Well, he came back game 6, and we said it was a possibility because it's happened.
And he was quiet game 6. Game 7, it was gonna have to be him having a game, having a moment, and
he had a great first 4 minutes.
It's 9 points in his first points. He had 9 points when he tore his Achilles. It was very early on in the game. Which I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it stayed close after that for a minute, but
no, it stayed close and to the half. The Pacers were up at the half because they hit a 3. Immediately after that, it was a clobber fest. It was a dog walk.
The writing was on the wall. Once the injury,
and T.J. McConnell was scoring a little bit, but he was also just running into the paint and getting his shit rocked every fucking time he was down there. So.
Oh my God, dude, T.J. McConnell, dude. Like, I get it. And you know what? When it comes to us not knowing about what it feels like to do this or be that, it's I'll never understand what it takes to get to the pinnacle of the NBA and get to Game 7 as the underdog and lose. Sure. But if I was a parent of said NBA player, right?
Said 30-some-year-old NBA player.
And did you see what
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
about
saw
to, okay. So if I was the parent, right, I would not, while he's like still on camera, like aura farming for his like comeback tour next year, like crying with the towel over his head,
Oh,
like
yeah.
walking away.
Yeah.
And then his mom, I wouldn't go over and then like hug him as he's
Immediately.
crying.
Yeah.
And then
And
she
then
hit, dude.
bro.
Oh my god, what she hit this? She hit
the double stop.
No, stop.
Yeah.
She stop. No, can you stop? Can you? I mean,
It's a grown man.
that is a level of like, I mean, come on. You got 2 kids in professional basketball leagues. You gotta get some. You gotta hold
and
yourself.
I mean,
Get away from him.
I get the cry. You can cry. That's totally fine. But yeah, it's like she met him right at the tunnel.
Yeah. Oh no. Cry all you want, but
Like it wasn't deep into the tunnel, and like I mean, granted, like that camera was coming back there regardless.
for sure, dude. There's cameras following them back till they get into the locker room.
Yeah, but it was like right in the hallway where you couldn't have gone around him.
Yeah.
So don't tell the cameras to stop. You're the one.
But I mean, that just drew 10 times more attention. Like I probably would have looked away at the screen had they just kept showing him walking away.
Or
but
just
the fact that
But yeah, if they had walked away together.
I saw him with his mom, but then his mom is telling the camera like, "Go, get away." I mean,
Now, granted, it's not that big a deal, but it's like that's a 30-year-old dude.
No, it's not a big deal. But in terms of like, okay, I lost a basketball game.
Yeah.
My mom embarrassed me in front of a lot of people on live television, on national television. Like, you're probably less embarrassed that you lost the game. You've lost plenty of games. You lost
this is the biggest game of his career.
Yes, but are you embarrassed?
No.
Are you embarrassed that you lost? I don't think you're embarrassed.
I think he's embarrassed that he was shedding tears on his mother's shoulder as she was screaming at a cameraman doing their job. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Not the best look. But, see, I'm not, like, it is what it is. We've seen, 7, 8 different champions in a row? 7? 6? 7?
7 different champions, yeah.
7 different champions in a row. So I'm not banking this as like, next dynasty, or they're gonna come back next year or whatever. I've been trying to do that.
Chance. And like, for all the shit that everyone talked about the Pacers, it really shouldn't be like a encouraging thing that they had to go to Game 7 and they had to have Halliburton tear his Achilles for it to be a blowout in Game 7. So, I mean, yes, they won. They did what they should have done. I mean, maybe not in our expectations, but in this series, they fucking finally closed it out. But, yeah, this isn't like, oh, we're good for next year and everything's perfect. And, like, fucking the whole league was hurt or on the wrong teams or whatever. So, if they realign correctly and get healthy, then the Thunder are not going to be champions next year.
Well, think about it like this. Say, and I'm not saying that Tyrese is at this level, but just in just everybody following along, follow with me, stay with me. Say that the same outcome of last year's Super Bowl, same score, same winner, but Patrick Mahomes tore his Achilles on the first drive. He Aaron Rodgers the whole thing.
But there would be an asterisk.
Actually, let's say he had a touchdown drive. And then towards the
Achilles, if the game was tied after the first, and then he tears his Achilles in the first play of the second quarter,
it's like, are you really?
There would be an asterisk.
You're still gonna celebrate. You're still gonna wear that ring. You're still gonna go to that parade. You're still gonna hold that trophy.
It just feels different. It feels.
And they're
different.
still gonna tear the city up.
Granted, I think the Thunder could have easily won that game with Halliburton on the floor. This is Game 7 at home. This is the Thunder. This is a more complete team. This is a better team. Granted, the odds had shifted from the beginning of the series, but with Shy's gold cleats and all the bullshit that they're pushing now and all that, I think that would have happened regardless. So it just felt sad because none of them acknowledged the fact that he got hurt during the celebrations. It was just like, oh, we're fucking like, man, finally you can say I'm the best in the world, you know? Like, I'm the best stylist. I can rap. I got bars. It's like,
Who
shut
said
the
that?
fuck. I don't fucking know. I'm just whatever the fuck comes out of Shy's mouth. I don't listen to.
I don't think. I don't know if he ever said I can rap. I got bars. But
Doesn't he
I mean,
fucking put a bar under every Instagram post or something? Fucking.
I don't know.
Stupid.
Maybe he might. I don't know. I don't pay
I
attention.
don't know. He's
to
a fucking way bigger cornball than Tatum ever was.
It's just funny. He's a bigger cornball than fucking Jason Tatum is. But
That's
you know
what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said Holly Burton was. Sorry, I thought you said Holly
again,
Burton.
we talked about what he's just a goofball.
Sure.
He's less of a cornball because he's not trying to be cool. Shy's trying to be the coolest man on the planet.
Yes.
And he's
because
not.
he has a bunch of Shy guys glazing it, which is fine. Shy is the
He's a
Finals
fucking
MVP.
Skims model, dude.
He's NBA MVP. He's hooping. He's a superstar. But at the same time, it is funny to think. It's just funny to think, like what he would have done with those gold shoes if they lost.
No, exactly.
So if they lose, like,
What
does he just take
he
the
would have
gold
shipped them
shoes?
to Africa and
Stupid shoes. Like, is he just like? I mean, I don't know. Like, just throws them away, holds on to them for next year.
like because he had them immediately around his fucking. He's like, oh, time to drop a new colorway.
It also is funny that like
Fucking Converse shoe. No one's buying that shit.
like these players, whether it's and sure like they're young, but like young, old, recently, I mean, especially especially you even look at like 2020 Tom. These motherfuckers are getting hammered.
Yeah.
I mean, they are obliterated. Like I'm saying, I wonder just how crazy their livers are functioning for those like 48 hours. You got to think.
Have you seen the hockey celebrations going on? Well, number one, those guys get blasted every year, but they ran up a $500,000 tab at a club.
See, but they seem like they can handle
their
alcohol.
Baseball and hockey, that's a sport where you can have drinks after the game.
They can handle their shit. Like, I'm saying, like, Chet was sloshed talking.
Well, Jalen Williams said it was his first fucking drink.
Yeah, but he had
and
a
none
better...
of them knew how to pop champagne bottles. So it was the worst celebration
you know
of all
what?
time.
But fuck champagne. They were getting beer drunk.
Yeah, they were. Straight ultras.
Well, no, they probably went wherever and got some real drink after.
Yeah.
We'll drink some however Chet pronounced it, Michelob.
Michelob.
We'll drink some Michelob on TV. But off camera, we're going to go drink some real shit. But no, these players, just like, I'm thinking like, even like Mahomes, Brady, these motherfuckers are getting fucked
Well,
up.
it was JR. JR was going dummy on the heady.
See, but JR was like shirtless, had the bottle.
36 years old.
This was expected. We understand that. But I'm saying like Tom Brady was 40, like
Tom was fucked.
Getting carried out or getting like
when you eat fucking avocados and mushrooms all day, the alcohol is gonna fuck you up.
But then also it's like I don't know. I feel like in that sun,
it could be either way. It could either dehydrate you or just kind of kill your buzz.
That's what I was thinking.
Like it could make you get drunk quicker, but you sit out there too long with no drinks, you're gonna fucking have the worst midday hangover ever.
It's like Gronk was the most sober.
Gronk just knows how to party.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how to party.
All right, these fuckers don't know how to party anymore, and then they win chips.
I don't know. I've also never like really watched a full celebration. Obviously, we see more of the NFL celebrations, but my team has never won anything, so it's not like I'm like, yo, shit, how drunk is fucking Jaden Daniels right now? I don't get to say that. I never will get to say that. Maybe
one day. Maybe
2097.
I want to see Lamar with a beer. That'd be
dope.
I'll take it. It means they can win a fucking
Super
Bowl.
Lamar with the Beezy.
What? I mean, sure. Yeah,
it's all. I want to see some Beezies out there.
It's all legal. It's all legal in Maryland, but Yeah, they're probably not smoking blunts on
That'd be
on a
awesome.
Super Bowl parade. Um, so let me say this: there is there's a flip side to the whole NBA situation. That the reason I have mixed feelings about this because at the end of the day, like I said, there's only one champ. OKC wins, whatever. We'll move on. Off season's already popping off, and we got plenty of shit to talk about. So we've already moved
The
forward.
offseason's already more exciting than the entire playoffs run.
Exactly. So I think I figured out why the NBA lacks the viewership and lacks the attention and lacks the just I don't know just the acknowledgement of the average like
Fan?
of the
Sports
public, the sports fan, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like it seems like being a like more than casual fan of the NBA is becoming more and more niche.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because I think the past era, and what I mean by that, and trust, I'm going somewhere. I mean the post Braun Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So when he left Miami to about 2020 ish, around that time, that era. When I mean that era, I'm talking
The Curry era.
no, not current, not current era.
No,
So
no,
maybe
Curry.
oh, sorry. I thought you said current, but sure, the Curry era. But when you look at the Curry era, there were so many promising stars.
Yes.
When you look at like besides Curry and LeBron dominating those every single year, you had obviously you had KD bouncing around and went to Golden State, and then after leaving Golden State, going to fucking Brooklyn, dealing with that shit. And then I'm talking as early as the expectations out of D Rose and John Wall, all the way up to Kyrie post Cleveland.
Yeah.
There were so many expectations for so many
Well, there
different
was
players.
Harden who was that close 1,000 times.
James Harden. What the fuck was Joel Embiid? He was supposed to do this, and Nikola Jokic was supposed to. They were supposed to start a dynasty in Denver, or just the level of, hey, Bron, we're good. We have Ben Simmons.
We have Ben Simmons.
Like or like the Knicks Mello era, or just Paul George in his prime era, like that era of just.
Well, I mean that's pushing it back to 2010. 2010
No, I mean, I'm saying Paul George going from fucking Paul George post leg break, then whatever you want to go. I mean, I'm saying that era of because what I'm saying is when Braun was still in Miami, there was still that 2000s era pushing.
Sure.
Like you still had Tim Duncan winning fucking championships, like what 2014.
Yeah.
You still had Dirk doing shit.
Yeah,
so I'm saying like they're Kobe 2010. So I'm saying like there were still 2000s, late 90s people pushing to that era, similar to what LeBron pushing as a 40-year-old, obviously in a different way.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when it got to the point where, yes, the Curry, LeBron back in Cleveland era, all these players, all the expectations just through the roof, and kind of just got squashed by Golden State or LeBron.
Yeah, but then it was kind of like it was. I don't want to say it was like known who was going to be in the finals, but we had a fairly good understanding of what was going to happen. Especially once KD joined the Warriors, we knew Golden State was going to come out of the West, and Bron hadn't not come out of the East since what 2011.
Yeah.
So from 2011 to 2018, his team was going to the finals regardless, and it was kind of like we knew that already. So we had expectations for players, but they weren't like, oh, a guy from the East like Paul George is going to win the final. It was like, how good of a season, how close can they get, how competitive can they get, and it kind of created these two tiers where it was Steph and Bron, and then it was everybody else. Right now, it's like we don't know anything. So who the best player in the world is could matter by week. Like we don't.
But see, that's the problem. We went through that era, and now we're at this time where people are confused why we're at this like low point for the NBA which it shouldn't be. It's very obvious why. It's everything we just said. On top of, besides Ant and Luka, who are people really banking on to be the next? People hate Tatum. People hate
Well,
Tatum. They're never gonna let Tatum be the guy. They hate Jason Tatum. OKC just got spoon fed a final, so they're not gonna give Shai as much credit as even he should as just being the MVP, Finals MVP, NBA champion,
my
all
problem
that
with
shit.
Shai's MVP is like every MVP has had memorable moments from the season, or like a mixtape with a signature play, or crazy dunks or crazy threes or whatever. So when Bron's winning MVPs back then, he was being Bron. When Steph's winning, he was hitting down fucking
Russell Westbrook,
35.
James
Westbrook's
Harden.
averaging a triple double with bringing a fucking piss poor team to the playoffs. KD's going crazy. Harden's going crazy. Giannis is going crazy. And then you get into the Jokic Embiid era, and now I don't know any memorable Shai moments.
Well,
Other
because
than
now
that
it's
he
just
averaged this and this and this.
now it's just like, oh, a guard's able to keep up with the big
With
man
the
era's
big.
numbers. Yeah, he can keep up with the
And
big.
it's like, no, when you watch guys like Luka and Ant and Ja, and I mean even Tatum, it's like these guys are not only putting up the numbers, but they're memorable and interesting and exciting players. I don't know, no one knows dick about Shai.
But
No
see,
one puts Shai as the greatest player in the world except for Shai.
that's the thing though, because Jokic and Joel's game is so boring. Like here's the thing: when I say their
it turned
game,
into boring is better as long as you can put up the numbers and no one cares if it's
that's the
boring.
thing, because their games aren't boring on paper.
No, and honestly, if you watch Jokic, he's more exciting than Shai is. Like, he's able to run the floor more than Shai is. He's able to create plays and do shit. I don't give a fuck what Shai does on the court. He gets to the elbow and puts up a shit dick shot and fucking tries to flop.
Yeah, but like in terms of just excitement, like I guess like the facilitating Jokic produces, like I guess there's some spark from that, but
A little bit.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, now it's at a point where like Joel and Jokic, their numbers were so crazy, didn't matter what their game looked like.
Yeah.
So now that it's just kind of the same, but that's kind of what it is now. It doesn't matter what SGA's game looks like; his numbers are crazy, and there you go. You kind of made it make sense right there. It's
But
not
there's
even
guys in the league with great numbers, and I think if we looked at numbers, Luka last year, I think could have won MVP.
I'm just upset that the best player on the best team got awarded MVP in the NBA, and for some reason in the NFL, that's like you get
Frowned upon.
you get negative
Well,
points.
I mean, for a while, it didn't really matter what your team did for the NBA MVP. Like, Russ was the best player in the league. Harden was the best player in the league. KD was the best player in the league, and the fact that, like, I had this thought earlier, was like, Shai will be known for winning an MVP. No one's going to look back at Shai's career and go, he was one of the greatest hoopers of all time. Everyone loves his game, blah, fucking blah. KD has the same amount of MVPs, but we're going to look at his game and we put him top 10. We put him in as one of the greatest scorers of all time because he is a unique, impactful, great player. You look at Shai, it's like, oh, cool, he had a great season.
But you could take any stat and throw it in a paper shredder and watch Kevin Durant for 5 minutes and go, "Yep, you're one of the greatest of all time."
And what? Bron has how many MVPs? 3 or 4?
Yeah, I was about to
Not
say,
as
you got
many
me
as he
there.
should.
You got me there. I'm not the craziest Braun fans. I'm not
Not
like
as many
I'm
as
a
he
fan
should.
of I'm a
KD
fan of
doesn't have as
Braun.
many
But
as he should. Harden doesn't have as many as he should. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to call it a shame that
fucking Shaq and
Shai
Kobe
has the
Bryant
same
don't
many.
have as many as they should. So the
Well,
NBA
yeah, Shaq has
MVP
once. Fucking Steve Nash has
MVPs
2 of them wars.
MVPs have been shit on for years, but I'm saying, like, typically in the even in the NFL, people try to say like the MVP is more than the best player on the best team.
Yeah,
It's the best player on the best team, and then it became the best quarterback on the best team, and now it's the best quarterback on the most fucking underdog team. What are we doing?
Exactly.
Well,
It's like if you have like good enough numbers and your team sucks.
it's like, so then Jaden Daniels should have won MVP last year. There you go. There you go, Devin. There's your headline. Jaden Daniels robbed of MVP.
For real.
But all right, moving on from that. Speaking of Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant, I believe, like, shit. Oh my God, probably one of the best ways like a trade could be announced.
While he's at the Fanatics Festival,
He's at the Fanatics Festival
on stage, just cheesing like a mug, dude.
and she's like, and I forgot who it was. She's like, well, you just got traded to Houston. And he's like, yeah. And I remember he said, Kevin Durant traded to Houston. For anybody that's like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
He said something like, they wanted me gone and I wanted to leave, so we both got what we wanted. Yada. See, here's the thing. I don't think Suns fans wanted KD gone. Like, if KD was like, if everything that happened within the organization of the Suns made KD want to leave. It's not like fans are sick of Kevin Durant. Fans want Bradley Beal to leave.
Well, yeah,
Fans, go ahead.
They couldn't do it without, like, even when it was just Book and KD, they still couldn't do it. And it's not that maybe the Suns fans wanted KD to leave, but there wasn't a whole lot of like, KD feels welcome here. KD needs to be here for the Suns to be good. It's like Booker's still the face of this organization, and there isn't a lot of caping for KD in this scenario.
But I don't think KD. If there's anybody that besides like LeBron who knows how like it feels to just be absolutely hated. It's like I don't think KD moved to Phoenix and was like, can't wait to be openly accepted with open arms. Everybody loves me. He's mad at how he was handled on the court. He's mad at who the fuck they brought in. He's mad he didn't.
I don't think he didn't leave because of the fans.
And he said the fans wanted me to leave. I wanted to leave. Like no, one of those things are true. You wanted to leave for sure.
Well, he wanted to leave, and Phoenix. The organization. I don't think really cared too much about keeping him, but now they're paying. I just saw 4 shooting guards, $157 million.
But I'm saying there's no way the Suns fans want to be in this situation.
No.
If anything, it was get a fucking point guard that can get KD and book the ball.
Well, that's all they needed.
That's all they need. But
all they needed was a Derek White. Think about it. They were a Derek White away from a playoff appearance at least.
Derek White away from a playoff appearance. And KD gets traded for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, a first-round pick, and 5 second-round picks.
All right, the Dylan Brooks thing, cool, whatever. He's just a throw-in. I honestly think that's just to make sure that Dylan Brooks and KD don't that's getting Draymond out before KD comes in. Basically, that's getting rid of Draymond before. But getting rid of Jalen Green, that's the Rockets' best player. That's their future. And instead of trading away like real role players, they traded away their best player and some fucking jackass who gets a bunch of texts.
It was supposed to be Jalen Green and Sangoon for the future of Houston. And now, here's the thing. This is what Houston did. They set up a great team where KD can flourish.
Yeah.
Because Steven Adams and Sangoon, they're going to handle it down low. Fred VanVleet's going to give KD as many touches as he wants.
All of the touches.
And it's going to be KD's world.
Are they going to make the playoffs?
And Houston's just going to be living in it. Here's the problem. Are they going to make the playoffs? Fuck no. With this roster right now, if they got to make they got to
make another move. I heard your boy.
Who?
Someone asked, I don't know, one of the little white reporters asked KD about a potential reuniting with Russ. And he said, we gonna see.
I don't care for that.
You don't want to see Russ be a Rocket again with Kevin Durant.
I mean, I I don't know what fucking futuristic world we're living in where Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook are teammates in
Also, it's
Houston.
like all you had to do was stay, really. All you had to do was stay.
Yeah, like you probably don't have what 2 rings? Did he only get 2 rings in Golden
Mhm.
State? I mean, honestly, you might have gotten 2 rings. I mean, by
Yeah,
now, like, you
well, I
might have.
mean, that year, the Warriors won 73 games and then came back from 3-1 to beat the Thunder.
But you know what? I don't care because as a Westbrook fan, I got 4 years of triple doubles being averaged and an
I
MVP
agree.
season out of it. So
I agree.
whatever. That's the thing. I mean, I don't need Russ to go ring chase, but like going to Houston, it's like you're pretty much guaranteeing you're not getting a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
Like
I don't
Denver
like
is
that.
not a ring chase, but puts you a lot closer.
Like, okay, if they make some moves, like it just seems like they need some depth or something now because like and it's like they just traded away 2 like important pieces of their team from last year.
Who, the Rockets?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean it's like they definitely need some depth, but I don't know. With this team in particular right now, if the NBA season started tomorrow, they could like I think maybe a play-in. They could definitely be a play-in considering
Yeah.
like now you can be a 10th seed and be a contender.
Yeah.
So
But
I guess
it's a young ass team, and I mean, granted, Jalen Green's not the guy who's going to go out there and average 30, 35, but they were like a sort of led by committee type of team. Jalen Green would go out and have good nights. But yeah, I don't know how this young team is going to operate with just KD running shit.
I will say if I'll take a KD and Russ reunion if it means I get a Russ and Steven Adams reunion.
That'd be sick.
So that
Well, Steven
I would
just signed for what, 3 years?
Yeah, so he's locked in Houston.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll have to wait and see if KD's going to sign an extension with Houston because that's what he planned on. That's what the reports were. He planned on extending with whoever he got traded to. So
True.
this is either and that would make it even worse for Houston. There's no way Houston trades for KD not expecting him to stay. They don't trade away Jalen Green.
You
for
don't trade away for 1 year. Yeah, exactly.
There's no way.
For 1 year
there's
with
no fucking way.
no other moves. But yeah, now Russ, KD, and Harden have all been traded to the Rockets.
Russ, KD, and Harden have all been traded to the Rockets. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. And none of them won a championship in OKC. Beautiful.
None of them won a championship.
Absolutely beautiful. All right.
I'm fucking stupid. KD's got 2.
I was gonna say in Golden State though.
Well, that's his Mickey Mouse is LeBron's 4th, so who cares?
Jon Jones retires.
Yeah, what a fucking.
I mean, does that shock you?
No, I figured Jon Jones. Well, he was gonna duck Tom Aspinall regardless. I figured he would have, I don't know, gone and fought another old guy who was way past his prime. He fought a 41-year-old Stipe last year and kicked his ass. Tom Aspinall said that he was going to retire him without having to fight him, so here it is. This is also like right after he retires, they decided to release that an incident that happened in February now needs to come out, that he threatened to kill a cop over the phone.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. That doesn't seem like something Jon Jones would do.
No. Jon Jones wouldn't get obliterated, get involved in a hit and run, and then threaten to kill a cop. That would never happen.
Which I did see this thing where they said I won't take this off the table at all. Like Jon Jones could easily be retiring, get off of the drug testing cycle, get back on his shit, come back, just maul whoever whoever is champ.
Yeah, I mean, Jon Jones is the same age, if not a little bit younger than Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight.
Okay.
But I mean, Pereira didn't hit his prime, or at least in the UFC, until 2 years ago, or now. But
it's like, what? At the end of the day, it's like, okay, you go in there, you fight Tom Aspinall, you lose. What? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you're already accepted as like a goat, and like, honestly, for some reason, a good person to a lot of people.
see, but
When like you are a piece of shit, like you've gotten away with everything your entire life.
yeah,
And then it's like, okay, you get your ass kicked for 15 minutes, maybe.
yeah,
Okay,
he's
move on in life.
he can't.
Are you not going to make the most money ever from any? I mean, are you not going to make? Is Dana not going to give you as much money as you asked for this fight, and then let you walk back into retirement?
Of course he will, but Jon Jones has a crazy ego. Jon Jones has ducked a lot of people just throughout his entire career. He did get. There were a few fights he's never lost on pay. I mean, he got disqualified for an illegal elbow, but he's had some fights that, some decisions that could have gone the other way. But yeah, he's retired a lot of guys. He's fought a lot of guys post prime.
Yeah, I would just say, someone who does
Still a great
steroids.
fighter and all that, but whatever.
What'd you say?
So he's still a great fighter, but he's also a dirty fighter.
Oh,
Eye
my
pokes
God.
and cap kicks. And
I thought you said still a great father. I was about to say, Devin, shut your
Oh,
fucking
no,
mouth
no,
forever.
no.
I was about to say, never talk again. No. So someone that does steroids
It's a funny
beats up
joke.
pregnant. Someone that like does steroids beats up pregnant women. What ducks competition. You're not a goat.
Threatens to kill cops.
You're not the goat. You're not a goat. You're not UFC's goat. You just can't be. It doesn't work that way.
Now it is the UFC. So
Sure.
It's like, I mean, Conor McGregor is not a fucking shining citizen either, but
And does anybody pull any punch for him?
fuck no.
Listen, does anybody pull a punch for
No, I mean,
Coach
Dana
McGregor?
does.
I mean, yeah,
Dana pulls
Dana
punches,
does.
right? Yeah.
Dana will, yeah.
And then he, what? I don't know, it was years ago. It was a guy who smoked weed. And he was like, you sack of shit. Fucking.
Did you say a guy? Like it's not Nate Diaz?
No, it was a different guy. It was a guy who he kicked out of the UFC for popping on a drug test.
Oh. Well,
I can't remember who it was or what it was about or whatever. But.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, he was dick eating about weed for the
Well, yeah,
longest
also,
time.
yeah. Shadow ban Nick Diaz.
Which is, I don't know. But you know what? The NFL did the same thing. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, like.
He's Goodell level.
Like Tom did some. I guess Tom was involved in some grimy shit with New England.
Hell yeah, he was.
But like, if Tom Brady was truly just taking the most PEDs for 20 years and beating the shit out of Giselle and just drunk driving all the time and just being a piece of shit, we there's no way we could sit here and call him a goat or the goat.
No.
He's our goat. It's like.
And it's like, that could be happening, but we don't see it. Like, we don't know what Braun does on the weekends, but.
But that's what I'm saying. You cannot even be close to be
considered. Michael Jordan. Not great.
I said, what'd I say?
I don't know.
I said steroids and PEDs.
Sure.
I don't know what those coke heads were doing in the 90s, but they were doing coke. I mean, it's
like, I don't know what the coke heads are doing. But.
It's like, here's the thing. If LT was addicted to crack, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and call him a piece of shit for it.
No, that, like, his was, like,
if you want to... If there is a world where you could smoke crack and play football, but like, I don't know, not beat women, you're way better in my eyes.
I don't know if LT's ever not beat a woman, but.
Huh?
I said, I mean, I don't know if LT's beat a woman.
Oh yeah,
not.
no.
It's hard to tell. It was the '80s, so.
I don't know what LT was doing, but I'm just saying, like, for anybody.
Lawrence Taylor, not LaDainian Tomlinson. We don't want to be putting.
Yes, not LaDainian
Tomlinson. We don't
Tomlinson.
want to be putting crack addict wife beater on LT. On LaDainian Tomlinson.
We're not putting crack addict wife beater on.
Can we get different nicknames for these guys? They got the same fucking.
Nah, I don't. There's nothing. Nah, there's not really
There's no
much.
two KDs.
Well, there's no
There's got to be someone with the initials fucking KD.
But if there was, they would call him KD. They would not. They wouldn't be afraid to.
There's got to be another athlete who has the initials KD that we're just completely blanking on.
No. There's not a single one.
Shut up.
There's not a single
Shut the
other
fuck
KD
up. I don't know.
in the world. All right. Yep. Jon Jones, not a GOAT. KD traded to Houston. Thunder champs. Celtics. I don't know exactly.
I'm fine with it.
Going on. No. I'm not fine with it.
You're not fine with getting rid of Porzingis?
They got rid of Drew Holiday and Porzingis.
Oh. I forgot about Drew. I hate that move with all my heart.
But they got rid of Drew and Porzingis, though.
You can get rid of Porzingis. That's fine.
No,
He's hurt all the fucking time. Whatever. They got rid of Drew.
He was a core piece of their championship last year.
I know.
You don't get rid
Drew was a huge piece.
They're fucked. Because of this Tatum injury, we have a championship contender that just got rid of 2 core pieces of their championship team from last year.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know what fucking moves they can make.
This is just a shame.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they get Anthony Simmons in return for Drew Holiday. They Niang for Porzingis. It's like, all right, I don't. There's no way this move was all for just cap space. That's all this was.
Yeah, and
it was cap space. Well, Tatum isn't going to be here next year. Why spend the money on y'all?
They did the same thing with what's his name? Marcus Smart. They traded him for Grant Williams.
But I mean, I was just about to talk about, like, recently I've been thinking, like, coming up with this segment, like, all right, how can Boston keep their head above water? They fucking sank. They said, fuck it. It's about to be Jaylen Brown's world next year. He's just going to do whatever the fuck he wants. Getting rid of 2 core pieces. I mean, this just shows right now that they're setting them. I don't like this at all.
I think this shows that they don't really have faith in just the Jaylen Brown team to contend. So they're going to basically make this year a wash.
Wait. You mean one of the highest?
Wait, you're telling me that one of the greatest players in all of the NBA that can't lead a championship team? Yes.
You're telling me one of the highest paid players in the NBA? You're telling me finals?
Highest.
You're telling me finals MVP, former finals MVP, Jaylen Brown, can't get it done by himself with Boston? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know when or how Boston recovers.
Next year.
Because now... What? Again, I mean, moves are going to have to be made.
No, I'm saying the year after.
But that's what I'm saying. But Tatum...
Well, I mean, all you got to do is get a defensive point guard in the center, and it's the same fucking thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. You're right. It's a former defensive player of the year and what, first, second pick in the NBA draft.
No one's that fucking high on Kristaps.
Kristaps was a core. We got to stop playing this game, bro. I don't know if you've noticed how the NBA works, but you kind of need your.
Wasn't he fucking injured most of the year?
You kind of need your role guys. Did he not step up in the fucking finals? I mean, was he not an important piece of them? Was he not
also? Was it not also 4-1? And was he not hurt a lot of those games?
It doesn't matter. In the finals, no.
Not at all?
No. Are you going to make me pull? Okay.
I don't know. I can
pull up Porzingis in his minutes in the finals.
But I'm saying...
Or we could acknowledge the fact that for the last 6 or 7 years, role players have became very important for NBA teams to win championships.
But I think Porzingis is easier to let go than Drew Holiday.
Yeah. But then you let go of. But okay, so if I lose $100, that would suck more than losing $50. But if I lose $100 and then I lose my 52, then I lost $150. That sucks. So it's like, one might be more important than the other, but y'all got rid of both and said, fuck it, we're gonna keep Al Horford.
Al Horford needs to retire. If anyone needs to fucking retire, it's Al. It's Big
What I'm
Al.
saying, bro. It's like,
Your
what are we
Dominican
doing?
ass has served his purpose. Go home.
Why is money going to Al Horford in 2025 from the Boston Celtics, and they
Got
just
to be a
got rid?
player coach, dude.
Whatever.
Got to be a Larry Bird.
Udonis Haslem played less and got the same treatment, so I guess.
You know what treatment I really hate? Fucking James Johnson. The fuck is he doing out there?
I mean, if Giannis can bring his brother on the roster,
At least Giannis isn't 38. Or Thanasis.
no, but that's the thing. It's like Giannis is like Giannis. Because of Giannis, Milwaukee has to waste a spot.
Yeah, well, who's caping for fucking James Johnson?
I don't know. I guess.
Did you see when they played the Knicks?
No.
Cat hit a 3 and then tapped James Johnson on the chest. He was sitting on the court. He was sitting on the bench.
I did not see that. I
I thought Cat would have died after that game, but no.
Nah.
But no, I mean, all James Johnson did was walk Halliburton to the... That'd be a hate crime.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for... Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucker.
But no, all James Johnson did was, walk Halliburton to the locker room.
Yeah, no, I did not. I missed all of that. There wasn't many times where I was watching like the finals. Oh, James Johnson, look at that. Hey.
They just talk about him all the time. Like, he's been in the league for this many years and he's the enforcer and he'll beat your ass. All right.
You think I listen to Doris Burke talk?
No, I block out Doris. I listen to the other two. Whoever they are.
Absolutely no way in no world I sit there and listen to her fucking talk.
Doris is horrible. What was I going to say?
You were going to say...
Oh, yeah. No, like, Halliburton's injury was horrible, but it was nice. Like, I enjoy seeing Achilles snaps. It's just a dark part of me. I think it's cool to see the calf jiggle. It's like one of the only injuries where you're like, I know exactly. Like, if an ACL tears, it's like, could be a multitude of things, but
you could just say like you're really interested in like anatomy.
Yeah, I don't enjoy seeing
you're
people
like,
get
man,
fully
the darkest
injured.
thing about me is I just love a good Achilles tear.
An Achilles tear or a bicep tear where it shoots up.
Now, like, just for the people at home, when I say we texted each other at the same exact time.
Same time.
I mean, I watched him drop, and I mean, I didn't even need the replay.
I didn't need the replay either.
You take the step, you take that step and fall like that.
It's that back step. Yep.
You're cooked, and that really makes me wonder. I mean, how bad was that calf strain?
Probably fucking bad. Well, Halliburton said, "This is the finals. If I can walk, I'm playing."
But they're gonna need to start. They're gonna need to start like. I feel like team doctors need to like get all these Achilles terrors, together.
Yeah.
And like they need to figure out like
how bad a calf strain causes an Achilles tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if a grade 1, how quickly it can go to a 2 or 3
during the game.
During a fucking game. It's like somewhat conservative game 6 and then tries to step on it game 7 and I mean not immediately but pretty close to not soon after immediately drops.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know, a 25-year-old, I just don't see a 25-year-old's.
No, but we talked about it. We said he can either like this is again, like I said, this is probably his last finals appearance for the near future. So he can either go balls to the wall and risk his career, sit the rest of the season out because he's going to tear an Achilles, or he could not play and then still never make a finals and be healthy.
But he is going to miss all of next year.
All of next year.
He is not going to play next year.
Probably not.
Like, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like I can't. I'm not gonna disagree and say like, no, he shouldn't have played. Like I get it, but I'm trying to just think on like a level of just mentality. Like, yeah, okay. Let's say social media isn't a thing and you can't get affected because people don't know how to just turn their phones off. What would be like more depressing? Like having to sit through a whole year of recovery or like the what ifs of if I played?
A whole year of recovery. Because
Yeah.
now we get the
Like,
what ifs of. He gets the what ifs of like, well, what if I didn't play?
what if I didn't? What if I didn't? What if
Which
I
is
didn't
worse
play?
because they still lost.
What if I didn't tear my Achilles?
So if he didn't play and they lost,
And now what am I going to do for the next year?
the outcome would have been the exact same had he played or had he not played. They would have lost Game 6 because he played in it, and they lost Game 7 because he played and got hurt. If he hadn't have played, it would have been the same exact outcome, and he would have been able to play next year.
Yeah. See, but that's when you know what card you pull? God has a reason for everything.
That's when you have to.
You got to
went
pull
there,
that
you go,
card.
This is God's decision.
When people pull that card, it's almost like a shut up. You can't say anything about it.
For
Nope. You can't, God has a reason for everything. It's
you know what, man?
like
I didn't
immediately.
really like if Cam Newton pulled that after he didn't jump on. He's like, you know what? God didn't want me to jump on that ball. God wanted me to walk out of the interview. God wanted me to be a little
Oh
bitch for the
my
next 10
God.
years.
Like Cam, why didn't you jump that fumble? You know, God has a reason for everything.
Yeah, that's like an immediate.
Well, no, I feel like that's probably a go-to for Cam nowadays. Like the
I don't know what's
situation
the
he's
go-to
in.
for Cam.
No, like if they
Maybe he's
ask
like, hey,
Cam, like,
Diddy, what are you doing on Tuesday?
if they're like, what went wrong here or there? He's like, God has a reason for everything.
Who has the
look at my
ugliest
hat.
hats I can find?
Shout out to Mike Myers, Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Which is a very, if you go back and watch that movie,
Super creepy. It was creepy when I was a kid.
dude. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Scared the shit out of me as a
It
kid.
freaked the fuck out of me.
Like
I mean,
did
I
not
would
like
watch
that
it all
movie.
the time, but it was super weird. The weird thing, like, I have so many weird memories of it because it's like the fucking fat lady and the purple goop and the fucking.
Dude, because I feel like when you're that young and you watch something like that, like it makes you trip.
No, that movie full makes me trip.
It made me trip, and then, hey, it's not a kids movie
No,
at
it's
all. Nothing
there's
about
not.
it is a kids
No, there's
movie.
children in it, but
And then, have you heard the lore behind it?
no, and I've been afraid to get into that.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you a tidbit of it. So, Mike Myers hated every single day on set, and apparently he was like the biggest
Really?
dick. He had a personal person. He had a personal assistant who just followed him around with a tray of cookies. The entire film process. He would only talk to like the producer, like, and make them talk. He would talk to everybody like through the director or whatnot. Like he was
like, hey, can you tell them to this person next to me to shut the fuck up?
and a lot of
That's a big move.
a lot of improv that they didn't want, and just he was very hard to work with. And then on
Sure.
top of that, if you notice, there's never been another live action Dr. Seuss book turned movie.
Thank God.
It's because after that movie came out, Dr. Seuss's wife said, "This is an abomination. You guys
Really?
you guys will never turn the Doctor's book into a movie again."
Well, it's not very Dr. Seuss-esque.
Well, because it went Grinch, Cat in the Hat.
Lorax.
Like, yeah, well, that wasn't live action.
No, I'm saying like it left live action to go.
Yeah.
to.
It's like we didn't get a Green Eggs and Ham. Like we didn't get that.
No,
shit.
but I'm saying it was like, yes, Cat in the Hat, and then it was, we're gonna animate all this shit. This is horrifying.
But it's because his wife was like, "No more,
Good.
fuck that."
You
Yeah,
know
y'all can
Dr.
die.
Seuss's real name? I think you do. No, you don't.
I do. It's like Phyllis or something.
No, but it is an old name.
It's like it's man. Give me a hint. Sprinkle it. Sprinkle something. Sprinkle.
His first name is the name. He shares his first name with a president.
What's it start with? Oh, fuck you. What's it start with? I knew you were gonna say T. God damn it. I feel like there's a lot of T's. Theodore Seuss.
His last name was different. His name wasn't Seuss.
Theodore? What's his fucking name?
Theodore Geisel?
Okay, so it's Theodore.
Yeah, I
Where the
think it's
fuck is
Theodore.
where did Seuss come from?
I can't remember. I think it was.
Does he even have a doctorate?
Don't believe so.
Oh, now I'm pissed.
Give me a goose. Give me
Bro,
a goose.
so why? So what's up?
Yeah,
Where's
because the only reason I said that is because you said the doctor. You
so
said
like
his
what's
wife
up?
said the
What's
doctor.
up
You
with
can't.
what's up with that? What's the word for like
Stolen valor.
Oh, his middle name was Seuss.
Oh, really?
His middle name was Seuss. Now was he an actual doctor? That's what we need to find out. He was an undergraduate at Dartmouth College.
Dartmouth, yeah.
Later adding doctor because his father had hoped he would.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
He hoped he would pursue a medical degree. Okay, so, okay. I mean, I guess it's fine. There ain't no stolen valor on doctors. You can just call yourself a doctor.
Is Dr. Umar a doctor?
He probably got a psychology
I
degree
feel
or
like he got a
something. Like I'm
psychology
saying,
degree.
like probably, like
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss. He don't got shit.
Dr. Seuss is like, my father doesn't love me.
Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey?
Ace Bailey.
Where do I know that name from?
He's one of the top recruits in this year's draft. Coming out of Rutgers.
Yes.
Ace Bailey.
Whenever they talk about the draft, all I hear is green flag.
You may hear his name a little bit more because, upon the NBA draft, he's been canceling post-draft or pre-draft workouts. He's been making like demands to teams. I
did hear about that.
With the 76ers specifically,
He's pulling Caleb Williams.
He wanted them to like promise him, like make promises to him before even coming into the workout, and he's demanding that he comes in, talking to teams, demanding that he comes in as a superstar with a superstar role, and all that. And wanting a superstar role, I get, but playing this, I'm gonna cancel workouts and I'm not gonna come for interviews or whatever. Like that's definitely not the right route. Luckily, you're like 6'10" and you're gonna be good in the NBA.
Sure.
And like, good luck, like good try, but you're gonna be a wizard. Like you're going somewhere. Like you're not. He went from 3 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
His draft stock has not fell.
No. But that's the thing. It's like you have to go to a shit dick team to be a superstar immediately.
Yeah, it's like you're not. If you're not going
you're not going to take KD's spot. You're not going to take anyone's spot out here. I mean, so you can take Alex Sarr's spot.
Yeah, I guess. Also, yeah, that's the thing.
Jordan Poole's a Pelican.
Yep.
Cool. CJ McCollum's a Wizard. Cool. All of today, I just saw just potential Pelicans lineup, potential Wizards lineup. It's like both of these suck shit.
Well, just throw Ace Bailey in that potential lineup for the Wizards, because bro's definitely gonna get drafted high. He's not getting out of not going to a bad team because he's ducking workouts and whatever. It's like, no, we still have, like, these teams still have your tape. They still got you on film. They know what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, generally, you don't really hear about basketball team workouts. I don't.
Well, okay, the thing is, they are typically public. Like Wolf, you'll know, like, this player had a workout with this team.
Sure.
And they're saying, like, he has had no public ones and has canceled workouts.
Nice.
So, I mean, I feel like
regardless, like you said, he's going to get drafted. He's going to get drafted fairly high.
Yeah. Probably.
And it won't be
He,
one.
he, he, he probably will be. It definitely won't be one. That's not happening. But, I mean, like, to piss teams off, like the 76ers, I guess, like, they're fucking. I saw something like. I, I, I don't want to get it wrong. Somebody, I want to say, like, the governor said something like, all right, well, fuck you then. If you don't want to play here, don't play here. Like, it was
Shapiro?
somebody.
Shapiro?
Hold on, let me find the Ace Bailey, Pennsylvania governor. Yeah,
Shapiro.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, Josh Shapiro. He was like, oh, well, if you don't want to be here, we don't want you, type of shit. So yeah, I mean, to piss off a governor before even getting drafted, I mean, good job. I guess that's like, I mean, that's definitely that's not been done by many players, I guess. But yeah, Ace Bailey. By the time this podcast comes out, I mean,
Let me mark that down so I can say something after the podcast.
about Ace Bailey or Josh Shapiro.
Just
Yeah, go ahead and mark down whatever you need to mark down. Now, Devin, highly anticipated. This is something that I wanted to look into with you. We got every NFL team's biggest do-over.
oh yes.
If they had to take one magic genie wish and go back and redo something, this is what they would do. Now, obviously, some of them we're gonna skim right past because A, we weren't alive in the 20th century, and or don't care about it, and or don't know about it.
Yeah.
But then there are ones that are like, we would be living in a very different world if these certain things were to happen. But then I also want to ask you,
I feel like
certain
this would
ones,
be more interesting for the NBA now.
the NBA probably, but then I also want to see like it's kind of not trivia, but I want to see like what you think before I reveal it to you.
Okay, yeah.
Like, so for example, Arizona Cardinals, if they could, and this, so the way that they have, it looks like to me, this is specifically either how a play should have went, or how they should have played in a game. It's not like shouldn't have drafted this player, shouldn't have gotten, shouldn't have traded for this player, shouldn't have signed.
This is an in-game scenario.
If they could go back in a game and save their asses.
Throw the ball away in the red zone.
There you go. Arizona, Kurt Warner's pick 6.
Yeah.
That's the number one. That's
Spike
the
it.
number one. Before halftime, let James. Well, it's like, I mean, don't let James Harrison return it for 100 yards. Fucking
That's
hell!
fair,
What are we doing?
It was also don't throw a pick to a fucking lineman.
Yeah, it's like I get it, but see, it's like at the same time, yeah, it's like they threw it at the goal line and right here, intended for Anquan Bolden, not the worst target in the red zone.
No, it's a great target, but not on a slant. You hit him on a whatever the fuck, on a fade.
And that game ended. That game ended with the toe tap finale, and it was 27-23. If that interception doesn't happen, Kurt Warner probably has a second ring.
Second ring.
Second ring.
But I mean, it was a momentum shift. The biggest thing. It changed everything. Not only did they have 7 extra points before the half, but they just fucking scored when it should have been the other way.
They just watched the longest interception return
Pick 6
in Super Bowl history.
Maybe not NFL history, but yes, Super Bowl history.
Well, we know who the longest in NFL history is.
Ed Reed.
Big Ed.
Was it 108? 107?
108, 107.
It was basically
I think it was 107.
It was back in the fucking end zone.
107, 108 versus Philly.
But no, the Cardinals should have scored. Anyway.
Should have scored. At the least, not let James Harrison return it for 100 yards.
It's a big boy.
At the very least.
It's a big boy.
That's the thing. It's like a big boy shouldn't get away with 100 yards. Like,
not a boy.
I mean, he toe tapped the sideline, Devin.
Oh,
he just shoved the man.
Bitch, bro.
Like if that was Mike Tomlin's opponent, he would have been stepping out there, making sure that fucker was not getting to the end zone.
Yeah.
Who was the coach?
That was Tomlin. Who did it to Jacoby?
Arizona.
Bruce. No.
It was Bruce.
I think it was Bruce.
Was it? I don't know.
I
Anyways,
don't know if
Atlanta
Hoops was there or
Falcons.
not. I think so. I can't remember.
Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, taking 2 sacks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Dante Hightower's sack and slash forced fumble.
Yeah.
Is
Well, no, that was
probably
second.
the biggest thing. Well, yeah. The sack and or that forced fumble. Either
Well, no,
one.
so that was a strip sack. But
Who got the regular sack?
I
Was
don't
it
know.
not
But
Dante Hightower?
well, Dante Hightower had the strip sack, but late in that game, they were in field goal range. All they had to do was kick a field goal that would have ended the fucking game. And instead, with no timeouts, he took 2 sacks.
See, but that might be even more of a biggest do-over.
Yeah,
this
because
one
it was
what?
you're in a scenario where you cannot get sacked. Strip sacks are more rare, but you cannot get sacked. He got sacked twice because the clock's going to keep running.
You can probably pull a lot of plays from that Super Bowl and go, "This is the Falcons'
You could pull a
biggest
million
do-over."
from this third quarter and fourth quarter.
How about the Buffalo Bills?
Oh, but no, the sacks were after Julio Jones catch.
Yes.
His toe drag. The wide right.
So it's actually so yeah, it said the Bills had no chance but to bring out Scott Norwood. Is this a play that sticks out just as much? Yes, so you're talking wide right, I believe, but do you remember another notable play from that time?
From that game?
Yeah.
No.
So if you remember, so that if not more, the plays Bruce Smith sack with 8:52 remaining in the second quarter. While the sack resulted in a safety, Smith was unable to jar the football loose from Holstler, who held onto the ball despite Bruce grabbing his right wrist. Had Bruce been able to force a fumble and either he or a teammate recovered it in the end zone, Buffalo would have. Oh, you know why I'm confusing this with what was the play when they were running? Was that not the Super Bowl? They were
Leon
running.
Lett?
Who was that?
That was a
Buffalo?
Bills player hawking down Leon Lett.
Okay, was that? Oh, okay. So, yeah, they basically said if not wide right, it's Bruce Smith's safety. So instead of them getting a safety,
Instead of getting a touchdown,
had they been able to fall on
they
it
got
for
a
the
safety.
touchdown. Yeah, but I
I
don't
think
know. I
that
think
was Leon Lett. I think that was the Bills. I can't remember. I don't know. Leon Lett also kicked the ball through the end zone against
Leon Lett sounds right.
the Dolphins.
It was Leon Lett. It absolutely was Leon Lett. Baltimore Ravens.
Taking out RG3? No. Your boy against the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not Billy Cundiff. It's Lee Evans.
The holder.
No. The man who dropped the touchdown the play before.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Same thing with like wide right. It's like, yeah, we missed a field goal. We also missed out on a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game, as a child and just thinking, hey, well, Lee Evans just caught a touchdown and we are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna wear pink Flacco mustaches. That was the year he had the
Fu
stash.
Manchu, yeah.
And no, Lee Evans dropped that ball in the corner of the end zone. And then, but then Billy Cundiff came out and whiffed a 32-yarder. So shout out to bro for that one, because we got old Touchy Tucker.
Didn't you guys miss one against the Vikings back then?
Billy had a problem that year. Billy Cundiff sucked that year. So I mean, I'm sure.
Maybe.
This is Panthers' first Super Bowl, so we're not even gonna sit there and talk about
that.
it. How about the Bengals? I think you can guess the Bengals. Joe Burrow had one more second to see Jamar Chase burning Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
One more second. If that O-line gave Joe Burrow one more second, Jalen Ramsey's face was in the dirt looking up at Jamar Chase. I mean, Hart. I'm
Was that
sure
the
Hart
Donald sack?
beating.
Was that the last play of the game?
Yeah. Was under siege by Donald, who forced to throw, and he was forced to throw it away.
Well, there's also, I don't know. I think it was 1 year with Marvin Lewis when they missed the playoffs. Losing in the Super Bowl to the Niners back in the day.
Yeah, but this is almost like you had Jamar Chase wide open downfield.
Yeah.
It's like if you just had one more second, like Joe Burrow's a Super Bowl champion.
That would have changed a lot of things.
And instead it's instead it's the Rams. Cleveland Browns. We're not talking about anything from the 1980s. Chicago Bears. It's pretty simple. They threw a pick six in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Against the Colts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Rex Grossman.
Big Rex.
Boom. Oh, Dallas Cowboys. Jackie Smith. The Jackie Smith drop. I believe that was the old.
Oh, that was against the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
It was Super Bowl 8.
Slid over the middle. Had it hit him right in the tits.
Yep. He's got to be the sickest man in America.
Yeah,
There was some type of line like that. So yeah, definitely remember that. Super Bowl 21 for Denver.
Well, obviously, we didn't fucking see it, but
yeah, no. Detroit Lions.
Drafting Haloti
This is when it gets a little like weird. So playing it too safe in the 2023 NFC Championship game. 2 unsuccessful fourth down attempts during the Lions' second half collapse against the Niners.
No, they just got
21.
No. They got cheated.
Why?
Because the Super Bowl that year was a foregone conclusion.
Okay, but they were ahead 21-7 with the ball inside the 49ers' 10-yard line. The Lions had a chance to build a lead that would likely become insurmountable. But surprisingly, the Lions got conservative, caught a running play, got a short pass play, and they settled for the field goal 24-7 at halftime and went on to lose that game.
Yeah.
So, shout out to them. Move on from, we ain't going to talk about Super Bowl 32.
So they said one of the most aggressive football teams of our era, or of the past few years, got too safe. They had too small of a 17-point lead. Fuck out of here. The fuck are we talking about, dude? Nothing happened in that second half where it was like, oh, this is probably a bad play.
It's blowing that fucking
lead. Yeah, you blew the 17-point lead. Not getting 3 extra points, 4 extra points. What a fucking bunch of idiots.
I mean, this is like the third time now where it's like their biggest mistake was just settling for 3.
It's fucking stupid. You can't say that.
Or at least attempting to settle for 3.
You have a 17-point lead.
Houston Texans. See if I can take you back. Do you remember the AFC divisional round in 2019?
Deshaun?
Where the Houston Texans were up 21-0
on the Bills
against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yes. In Arrowhead.
They settled for a field goal to stretch their lead 24-0. After not going for it on 4th and 1.
It's not the not settling. It's the blowing a 24-point lead that's the problem. If they had not settled, they still probably would have blown the lead. Having a few extra points wouldn't have changed dick about that game. They had 24 points.
I'm not going to lie. CBS got a little lazy with some of these.
That's real lazy, dude. They're like, we don't really remember what happened in the second half of that game.
Manning's miscue. Indianapolis Colts was Manning's miscue. Tracy Porter.
Tracy Porter, of course.
That's an easy one.
Easily
Kansas City Chiefs.
Well,
Kansas City.
The Colts going to Indianapolis. Yeah,
I mean that might have been. No, I'm glad.
Yeah, but no, y'all wouldn't have the ring.
I'm so glad the Baltimore Colts left. Kansas City Chiefs.
Losing to Tom Brady, losing the first Super Bowl, losing this year. Which one?
D Ford offsides.
Oh, in the AFC Championship when he wasn't offsides. Yeah.
Well, he was offsides, but the problem is typically, you'd get a little like, yo.
Yep.
But hey, or they would have.
That game was a fucking foregone conclusion too. Dude. Fuck that.
Yeah, and then they gave us a really shitty Super Bowl.
And you know what else happened in that fucking? You know what happened on the other side in the NFC Championship? They missed the biggest pass interference of all time.
Oh yeah. That was definitely. That's probably like one of the biggest like NFL do-overs, just period.
No, that is the biggest NFL do-over.
Like if we could.
Drew Brees would have had the opportunity to play Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, Tom Brady or Mahomes, and he would have won another Super Bowl. Instead, we had the worst Super Bowl of all time.
That would have been a fantastic Super Bowl. Los Angeles Chargers. This is kind of just 2006 divisional playoff game. We're not
trading
really.
Drew Brees.
I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not gonna talk about that one. The Rams Super Bowl 14. Definitely gonna move on from that one. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, the Rams was letting Tom Brady come back with a minute left in the fourth quarter.
Yes, essentially. The Rams were trailing. No. Well, yeah, no, because
in
you're
both
talking
Super Bowls.
I'm gonna say, this is a whole other.
In 2000 and in 2019.
This one was Super Bowl 14.
What, against the Raiders?
Against the Steelers.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Jaguars.
I don't know.
Come on now. 2017 AFC Championship game.
Blake Bortles?
They were up 20 to 10. They were up 10 points against the Patriots, and the way they labeled this was more pressure on Brady. I guess because they gave up a 3rd and 18. See, now this is a little bit better than just not kicking a field goal, or they kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
So they were up 20 to 10, missed a golden opportunity to increase their odds of victory after Tom Brady completed a 21-yard pass on 3rd and 18. The Patriots ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive and would ultimately defeat the Jaguars 24-20. So, okay, a little more research done for the Jags. I appreciate it. Yes, they were up 20 to 10, but there was no way Tom Brady was losing that fucking game.
It was zero. Like, for as much as Goodell hates Brady, he wasn't going to let Blake Bortles be in the Super Bowl. A Blake Bortles press run would have been hell.
Yeah.
Absolute hell.
What would you be doing right now if you weren't playing the Super Bowl?
Probably
ripping sticks.
Fucking dead bodies. I don't know. Hanging out, drinking beers.
Hanging drywall and ripping cigs,
Yeah, dude.
That's just what
He's
I
like,
do.
actually, I don't really give a fuck.
Ooh. What about the Minnesota Vikings?
Duck hooking that fucking field goal.
Nah, it was
losing
Brett
4
Favre.
Super Bowls.
Brett Favre duck hooking that throw in the NFC.
Yeah.
And it was the NFC, NFC Championship.
NFC Championship against the Saints.
Which another look at that, 2 do-overs where it was
He
Tracy
said, I'm gonna spin the fuck around 3 times and then launch that bitch right over the middle.
So that means if the NFL, if every team got a do-over, Tracy Porter would have no legacy at all.
Nothing.
He got that pick. He got the pick 6 in the Super Bowl. I mean, fuck.
Damn, that was Tracy Porter picked off of?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Good for Tracy Porter.
David Tyree's helmet catch was who they selected for the New England Patriots.
I think that's fair.
I don't think there's more. I mean, it's I guess, not giving it up in 2011, but the 07 perfect season.
Literally would have been. Yeah, it would have been talked about for forever.
Brady might trade a couple rings to get that one.
I think Brady trades the ring in 19 for that for sure.
What, or 19? 19.
Against the Rams?
Was that 19?
It was 19.
No.
That was played in the year of 19. His second Super Bowl. The Tampa one was played in the year of 21.
2020, 2021. So it was the 2021 season. So who were the 2020
season? 2021 Super Bowl.
2020. No, but the year after is the year, right?
No, the year that the league started is the year.
No, but OKC's the 2025 champs.
Basketball is different.
Fuck you.
No, Tom Brady's the 2020 NFL champion.
Exactly.
Well, the year he won was 21. Maybe it's because none of the regular season is, or barely any of the regular season is played in the next year.
Whatever. I don't remember anyways. New Orleans Saints. I guess just giving Mark Ingram the ball instead of Alvin Kamara. Which, I don't know.
Well, having better refs.
I would say, not storming the field and rioting after not getting that pass interference.
Shutting the fucking game down.
I'm not gonna lie. If there was any time for, a riot or anything, had Saints fans stormed the field during that game and just got it just completely shut down.
I think they would have overturned it.
Or at least to where it's all right, we got to postpone this game for till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or we got to get everybody off the field. Something it would have been that time. We'll pass on that. Pass on. Oh, okay. The Raiders.
Yeah, losing a Super Bowl.
Well, it would be allowing the Immaculate Reception to happen.
No.
Yeah.
Who had a pick in? I guess everybody. In 02.
This was Raiders. This was Raiders Steelers.
Raiders Steelers. No, I know that.
This was Raiders Steelers. Tuck rule play was also considered here, which honestly
reception touched the ground. So
that's what I was just about to say. Was fucking do-over was not having cameras back then that picked up that ball hitting the damn ground.
Yeah, not having fucking. They couldn't afford fucking 2 cameras. It's cheap bastards.
No, that ball hit the ground, but I think maybe like they said, Tuck rule might have to go over. Tuck rule might have to go over the Immaculate. Well,
Tuck rule is the only reason Tom Brady's Tom Brady, basically.
I guess the Immaculate Reception was something easier to do over. If you had to go do it over, you could just not let him score.
Forcing a fumble on Tom Brady. If you redid the play, you're probably not forcing another fumble on Tom Brady.
But it's you can't go back and try to convince the refs any harder than you did. It's you already begged and pleaded. So
and you can't go back to 0-2 and get a better quarterback than Rich Gannon.
Ooh, 49ers.
Did they lose a Super Bowl during that run? I don't think so. I don't think Montana lost a Super Bowl.
I couldn't tell you. I'm a casual.
Niners, blowing the lead to the Chiefs.
So I guess this has got to be one of the most embarrassing moments, right? Imagine you're in the Super Bowl and it's tied up at zeros at fourth quarter, and you go, wait, if we score, they get the ball, they get a chance? Yeah, their biggest do-over would probably be taking the ball in the Super Bowl, not knowing that the Chiefs would get an opportunity, regardless of what happened.
They're like, we want the ball. And they kicked the field goal?
Kicked the field goal. They got to the Chiefs' 9-yard line. They were at the 9-yard line. And they kicked the fucking field goal. And then they went, wait. So if we don't score here, they're going to get the ball? Fuck. Or wait, if we score here, even if we score, they get the ball? Well, we're fucked. But yeah, so Niners, that's probably the best. That clip right there of just Kyle Juszczyk going, Did you know that?
Did you know, dude? Shanahan is one of the smartest guys in the NFL. There's no way he didn't know that. There's zero chance he didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that was just
I think in
confidence.
his mind, I think he would have been like, yeah, I didn't really want to tell the guys because I knew they wouldn't play. It would just be different. I wanted them to go down and just some convoluted bullshit to back up his decisions.
I feel like it's way less convoluted than that, and he probably would have hoped that his players knew that already, and just
All you
had the
had to do
confidence.
was, I mean, they should know that because there was some, as the British would say, controversy around the Bills and the playoffs and all of that jazz.
Controversy, Jesus
They
Christ.
don't know how to speak. It's bad.
What was the Seahawks' biggest do-over?
Move on.
Okay.
Run the fucking ball.
Pittsburgh Steelers. It's from Super Bowl 30. It's not important.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, 1999. Ooh.
The one against the Packers wasn't that memorable. But
Tennessee Titans?
yeah, not having long enough arms.
Yeah, being 1 yard away from winning a Super Bowl. And then finally, we have the Washington Commanders. And I'm just gonna break it to you now. It's Super Bowl 7. So,
Against the Dolphins.
Down 14-0, Washington was threatening to make Super Bowl 7 a one-score game. Late in the fourth quarter, on 2nd and 6 from the Dolphins' 10-yard line, tight end Jerry Smith wide open in the back of the end zone. The problem was Kilmer's pass never made it as it hit the crossbar. Eventually, game MVP Jake Scott picked off Kilmer on the ensuing play.
It's an awesome. That's a bad miss pass.
Yeah. Well, no, it never made it to him because this was back when the goalpost was still.
That was a forward goalpost Super Bowl?
Well, it had to be because it says, Billy Kilmer was found in the back of the end zone. It never got there as it hit the crossbar.
Oh, fair. But never mind.
Unless they're saying, unless it was so hung over. Man, let me just fucking pull it up. When did
we lost
goalpost?
What was that? 73. We lost 73 to the Dolphins.
74. Okay, so they moved them in 74.
And we could have had 4 rings. I think we've been to 5. We lost 2, 1, 3.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably a big reason as to why that got moved back. It ultimately
hitting it in the year before's Super Bowl has to be. That's why they did it.
Oh my god! When you look up like when did they move the goalposts, it shows the picture of that interception.
Bro.
The
ball was in play.
Yeah.
The ball's in play if it hits the crossbar.
Yeah.
It's not nowadays.
Because it's out of bounds.
Not technically, not if you hit the front of a crossbar.
No,
but it's not out of bounds.
But if you're no, it's out of bounds because if I'm standing out of bounds, but then I lean in and catch it, I'm out of bounds. It's out of bounds. It's out of bounds.
Whatever.
It's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. It's out of bounds.
It should be a dead ball if it hits a fucking crossbar. That's so crazy to me that those guys were dodging crossbars in the end zone. You had to be a fucking good quarterback, dude.
Dude, imagine losing
Imagine
a
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl.
just like ducking and dodging a crossbar.
You fucking lost a Super Bowl because you threw it at the goalpost.
You could probably run plays with it. You could use the post as a defender.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure that was a big thing. Like honestly, I gotta wipe out all first 7 Super Bowls like that. Those seasons.
Those don't count.
Fuck that.
Well, it seems like it's the only one where it had an impact, but
I mean, it's big enough to literally change it the next season. I mean,
they did.
I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, prior to the
No.
1974 season, they had him about almost at the goal
Well,
line, a couple
that
yards.
was the year. All right. Well, the year before that, the Dolphins had an undefeated season. Doesn't count.
Nope.
No, they probably had the best goalpost tactics in the league.
Goalpost
They were
play.
probably
Yep.
fucking dunking them off the. They were like, "Oh yeah, let me hit you in the corner.
Yep.
Let me bang
Yep.
it off the fucking upright.
Yep.
Hit
Right
you
off
over there
the
in the right corner."
Yep. See, that's some dark magic shit that Patrick Mahomes would have used to his advantage.
Oh, bro.
Nowadays, they would have been pick and rolling off the damn goalpost. It would have been ridiculous. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about NBA, WNBA players, right? WNBA players for the last, what has it been, 2, 3, maybe even 4, however many years, they've been complaining, bitching and crying about, wanting more attention. And look at us, like, we're important too. Like, please look at us. Like, we want more money. We want more attention. We need to be famous. We need focus on us, please. And then in almost the same breath, one of the leaders in Give Me More Attention goes up to somebody who has picture, pen. I'm sorry, are you asking me for... How dare you? How dare you ask me in public for an autograph?
Who is this? Is this Kelsey
How
Plum?
dare you think that because I'm famous and I'm in public and you see my team bus and you know who I am and you want me to sign that? No, that's not what Kelsey Plum said, but that's exactly the attitude she gave off as she completely belittled a man for asking for an autograph. I don't know if you saw the video. I thought you saw the video of her declining.
No, I saw her face on the news. I didn't look into it because.
Okay, so you need to go watch the video. You need to go watch the video after this. So she walks up. She's like in a hoodie or whatever.
I can guarantee you that Darren Waller's song about her has more views than her highlight tape. So I'm not sure how popular we're talking Kelsey Plum is. I don't generally look at Kelsey Plum news, but
So she's walking, I guess, to or from her team bus, which it's you see a team bus, you wait for autographs, whatever. She walks up, sees the guy asking for an autograph, and she's like, so you're just like standing here waiting? Like, don't you think that's kind of weird? Like, don't you think that's kind of weird? And then she says this, which is a weird ass phrase to use in this situation. This is like really turning me off. Like, this is like kind of weird. Like, you gotta admit, this is kind of weird. Like, come on. He's like, I'm sorry, I just want your. He's like, I'm sorry,
So yes. Her.
And she's like, I'll sign one. I'll sign one. And then she goes and signs. It's like, all right, you fucking bitch. It's like, let's not play this fucking game of boo-hoo, cry me a goddamn river, give me attention, give me money. And then the first time in your goddamn life somebody sees you in public and asks for an autograph, you bitch and complain about it.
Now, I agree. Now, there's a lot of famous athletes, NBA players, NFL players, and MLB players who will turn down autographs from adults because they know that they're going to take that said autograph and sell it.
Sure.
Like I said earlier, you might be able to get a cookie out of a Kelsey Plum autograph. So she shouldn't be afraid of them selling her autographs.
You said that about a Brittany Griner signature,
Same
which I think
difference.
you might be able to get. No. You might be able to
Two
get
cookies?
a little more out of a BG. Bro,
out
a
of a
Russian
BG
prisoner,
over
though,
Kelsey Plum?
you might get a little more out of BG. Kelsey Plum, you're getting a nickel. You're getting a nickel. You're getting a literal nickel for a Kelsey Plum. you're not getting shit for a Kelsey Plum signature. So yeah, you can blue pen, double stamp that shit wherever you
blue
want onto
pen. Yeah,
whatever
they won't
ball.
sign me blue
But
pen.
guess what? It's not selling for shit. You're just gonna be giving your kids a bunch of balls that say Kelsey Plum on it because nobody wants that fucking shit. Oh, good job! I got a trading card with Kelsey Plum's name on it. Yeah. Oh, fucking great. The 10 Kelsey Plum card collectors are so excited to get that off of your fucking hands. It's gonna be such a rarity. I can't wait to see what that goes for on the block. There's nobody wants that shit. And then for her to make that comment, like here's the thing, I get it. Like there is etiquette to asking a celebrity for an autograph, whatever. You don't interrupt them while they're eating. You don't disrupt them. If they're walking down the street, and first of all, and she like walked up to them like she knew the drill. She knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
She sees people with shit and pens. She knows what's going on. If you don't want to sign anything, perfectly, that is your right. That is okay. You're gonna walk by, belittle somebody for wanting your autograph, which makes you look like a complete fucking cunt. Like nobody, I hope, ever asks for her autograph ever again. Like I want her jersey sales to plummet. I want everything about her to fail moving forward because it's the fact that you have these grimy ass bitches asking for a sliver of attention and then spit out any piece they fucking get. You got these bitches burning down their own fucking league with Caitlin Clark in the corner with a hose trying to keep it alive. Fuck them.
Well,
fuck the WNBA. And fuck
like
these.
every
Like,
time
I'm so pissed.
Every time there's like something exciting happening in the NBA, Angel Reese or someone has to come and be like, "We don't like this bitch Caitlin Clark. She don't do nothing for us." It's like she's the only reason people watch, and then they just shit all over this woman.
I feel so bad.
She should go play in fucking Latvia or something.
I feel so bad for her and the fact that she has to deal with that bullshit. It's like, yeah, you know what? No, I don't want your autograph.
It's not like there's not other decent NBA or WNBA players, but she's the only one who's exciting, and they all go, why? Like you're getting the attention, not.
Bruh,
but that's good for the WNBA.
They get so upset.
They're very mad about it.
They get so upset and jealous.
Angel Reese is the biggest culprit, but
they get so jealous of the attention Caitlin Clark gets. Yet, the first time they get attention in 8 months, they just belittle you and make you feel like shit and try to it was almost like she was trying to figure out wait, you want my autograph? Why? You want?
I'm not.
Oh, our games are on TV. Fuck, I forgot. I'm saying, did she not realize, maybe there's one Kelsey Plum fan on this earth? I didn't think so, but, I mean, there's one.
There's gotta be.
But like I said, you could blue pen it up all you want. You're not getting shit out of a Kelsey Plum autograph. It was more of her saying, she was treating him like he was, stalking. And I'm pretty sure he even said, oh, no, I saw the team bus. Put 2 and 2 together. I don't know if you're able to do that, Kelsey.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not staking out what hotel you're at.
Yeah, no, it's I saw the team. It's all right, if I see a bus and it says fucking Indiana
whatever
Fever,
team she plays for.
Who do I think is going to be coming off of that bus? It's
who does she play for?
Bucks? Vegas? L.A.? I don't know.
I think she went to L.A.
I don't...
See, I keep up with these ladies.
And congratulations. Okay. You keep up more than 99% of motherfuckers on this earth.
I care.
But just like just like you, there was 1% who wanted her autograph.
Yeah. I'm just starting to shout out WNBA players.
But that's like being nah, I love boxing. Mike Tyson. Floyd.
Lisa Leslie.
No, I'm pissed. I'm pissed at these WNBA. I better not see another fucking WNBA player talking about wanting attention again. If anything, they all better get on her ass and go, motherfucker. That's they're I know him. That's fucking Derek.
Yeah.
Derek. He's the only one that asks us for autographs.
We need him.
We need him.
That's 30% of our revenue right now. Is that guy?
He's our only scalper. What are we doing? What are you doing? But no, yeah, Kelsey Plum's a fucking
That's enough of that.
she's a bitch. Wait, don't
No
don't
wonder.
hold on.
No wonder
Wait a
Darren
second.
Waller left.
Don't
Just kidding. I
rush
have no
me
idea.
out of don't rush me out of
No,
belittling
no.
Kelsey
I'm
Plum.
not rushing you, but like they don't deserve any attention.
I know, and then they got it, and they got mad about it, Devin.
The only
That's why
one
I'm
who
mad.
does deserve attention is Caitlin Clark, and it's not because she's white, because there's other white players in the WNBA. It's because she knows how to shoot threes, and that's
Look, and I
exciting.
don't know what Kelsey Plum is, but she looks white to me. So
She's a white woman, I think. I don't know. She'd probably say that
I
she's
mean,
Latin in some
if
way, but
if
I don't
she's
know.
mixed with something cool,
Well,
whatever the
Caitlin Clark's
fuck.
fucking German and inbred, so I don't know what she is.
But,
I don't know what to call her.
Aaron Rodgers signs a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Says
It'll be his last year.
All right. He said he's pretty sure is his last year. I also think signing a 1-year might just leave like a crack open. Just the tiniest crack open.
Well, signing a 1 year doesn't mean you're going to retire. And I think for him, it's better. I mean, he signed a 2-year for the Jets? Maybe 3?
Yeah.
2-year.
2-year?
Yeah, 2-year.
Okay.
Like, if things go poorly and he wants to, play for another team next year, he could. And not have to get traded or opt out or whatever.
If things maybe go well but not perfect and he has more left in the tank?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, I'm not saying they're banking on like multiple years of Aaron Rodgers, but it's like if they have a decent year next year, maybe they don't want to go, all right, time for another new quarterback. Like maybe let's see if we can really like wring this towel dry and get
a solid playoff appearance. Win a playoff game.
So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, it probably is his last year, but I would not be surprised if he turned around and because it's Aaron Rodgers. It's like LeBron, but not like LeBron, but like LeBron. It's like yeah, okay. I'm not gonna believe you're retiring until you retire.
Yeah, and Bron also lies, and I think Aaron's lying as well. When Aaron's like, once I retire, you're not going to see me, and this might be my last year, I might retire. It's like, no, we're going to know when it's your last year because you're going to have a fucking parade in your fucking name. LeBron's going to have a goddamn parade in his name. Every team's going to come by and give him a gift and praise him and all that shit. He's going to have a retirement tour. Both these guys are going to have retirement tours.
Well, Aaron
so
Rodgers...
it's not like a maybe I'm retiring type of thing. Bron's going to have retirement tour for sure. Maybe not Aaron, but I don't know.
And then with the lying, they said that Aaron might be lying about his wife or getting married.
Who said he has a spouse?
Well, no, everybody is saying like he has a spouse, but no one has seen her.
What? I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but
what?
He has a spouse. I don't know. No one said it was a wife.
No.
He said he's married.
People are saying wife.
No, he said he's married.
No. People are saying wife, and reports came out that it said Aaron Rodgers' family don't believe the story of his wife. They're using the word wife.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't talk to his family.
Okay, let's say it is a wife that he's lying about.
Yeah.
Right?
This isn't some Manti-Teo creepy internet girlfriend bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's Aaron Rodgers. Like, you can get a wife if you want a wife.
Yes.
So is it on some shit where is he just tired of publicly showing off who he's with?
Probably. Maybe she's a person out of the public eye.
Could be somebody out of the public eye, a 4th grade teacher.
Don't say somebody. You have to say she.
I said a 4th grade teacher.
That's sexist as fuck.
First of all, you insinuated I was talking about a woman. after insinuating that Aaron Rodgers was gay. So
I didn't
I don't know where
insinuate
you want
it.
me to go after that. I thought we could just insinuate anything we want over here.
That's
But
fair.
at the same time, I think if Aaron Rodgers at 41, turning 42 this year, went this long with being a closeted man, he'd probably wait to retire. He'd probably wait to retire before
Well,
living
we're
that.
never gonna see him again.
But
Apparently.
that's what I'm saying. It's like if that was the case, he's probably like in a crazy world where he is doing what you're insinuating, and is maybe just with a spouse or a partner. Like I feel
Partner
like that'd be some
spouse.
shit. Like he would just wait until he's out of the public eye, so that everybody's not trying to see Aaron Rodgers' spouse or wife or whatever.
Well, he's pulling this thing now where he's like, why is everyone so interested in who I'm dating or who I'm married to? It's like, you've dated numerous people in the public eye who were like incredibly famous, and you were open
And like
about
you're
all of
famous.
those relationships. So why is it now when you're 40 some years old that you have
I
to
mean,
have a secret relationship?
I
Why
could
does
see
anybody
him being
care?
over it.
Why does
I could
anybody
see
care
him
if I'm
being
married?
I could see him being over it, but like I'm saying, it's like jokes aside with the partner stuff or spouse, like he's all off season. The media, where's Aaron Rodgers? What's he doing? What's
Yeah.
this? Is he signing with this team? Is he retiring? Is he leaving? Is Aaron Rodgers? I hope Aaron Rodgers gets married. Who is Aaron Rodgers marrying? Who is Aaron Rodgers married to? It's like they just
But
want
then
to know every little thing.
he walks around like he's not like huge. And he's like, I don't know why people care about like why do you care about what I'm doing? Why do you care
But
about
I,
what
I
football team
almost,
we're gonna play for? It's not like there's millions of dollars on the line.
but I almost like that. Like it's not that he's being a dick about it. He's just like the
No,
like
I
he's
think it's the fact that he's underplaying how important his decisions are. He's downplaying how big of a decision joining the Steelers is. No, I don't
I
give a fuck about his relationship, but
I I think he knows, but I think that's why he took so much time.
I know. But then he goes and he goes, I don't know why people care.
Well, has he said that though? I don't know if he's
I
confused
don't
on
know
why
if he
people
said that.
care.
He said that about his
People
wife or whatever.
about his wife for
That
sure,
was
but he never said why do people care where I'm going to play. People definitely care where he's going to play.
well,
And he
but then he's
knows.
like, oh well, all right, I probably misquoted him there. I'll misquote him. I don't give a fuck. I don't know the man. But then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to an island and do ayahuasca with a spouse.
Yeah, but then they're gonna drop a whole documentary about it. So he wants us to see
We
what
dropped
he's
an
got going
entire.
on.
They dropped an entire documentary, and he was like, once I'm retired, though. It's like, we didn't know if you were gonna retire last season when they dropped the documentary. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, we didn't know if you were retired when you got on Pat McAfee's
I
show
didn't know if you
every
were gonna.
single week.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know if you were gonna get stuck in a trip, spend
Like,
the rest of your life in Guadalajara. I don't know.
does he not realize that we are quoting something that Aaron Rodgers said today on the Pat McAfee show?
Yeah.
Like he went on this morning and was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I signed the 1 year deal." Like he is going to be a media guy. Maybe
Well, he
not with
said
the.
these things last year and maybe the year before that once I retire, you're not going to see me. I'm not doing this. I don't know
That's
why people
cap.
want to hear what I'm saying. Blah, 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 blah.
He won't be involved with some corporate shit like Brady. But maybe he doesn't
Brady
want to
is
say it
a
like that. Here's the thing.
Brady seems like a I don't know. He seems like it seems like after like 2014 he became like AI generated.
Yeah, but
Like
also
since
I
he's
think
retired, he seems
Brady.
like an AI. Like he's straight up
eh, I
a
think it's just
freaky
hard
weirdo.
to believe someone. I think it's just hard to believe somebody can be likable nowadays. So it's like, ah, man, it's like
Yeah,
what a likable person.
but
It's
he
like
spent
there's
a
no
lot
way.
of his career being hated.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
Like 99% of it.
he turned into a good guy, and he just turned into a
Yeah,
good guy, and everybody
because the
accepted it.
NFL's fucking fake, and
Well, yeah, the NFL.
now he's the good guy and
Well, that's the thing. The
not the
NFL
heel.
tried to fuck. They tried to fuck him and what save Robert Kraft and Belichick. Like
And Bill, yeah,
what is that shit? Now Bill's out. fucking Brady had longer success than Bill.
Yeah.
But all right. Moving on. No
Actually,
Jeopardy.
Bill's got some. Bill has two other Super Bowls. One other Super Bowl or two?
Do we care about them?
No, I don't give a fuck about a DC with the Giants.
Are they better than Brady's? Any of Brady's? I don't know. I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're any better than.
When we had LT was obviously out smoking crack, but then he would come to the field and just destroy everybody.
How
We
many
actually told him
touchdowns?
to snap Joe Theismann's leg because he was just so high on crack.
How many like total touchdowns or Super Bowl MVPs did Belichick get in those Super Bowls that he won? Yeah. See, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a great coach, but I'll never be able to say like, oh yeah, no, this coach's Super Bowl is way more meaningful, or he was way more impactful than this player was in this Super Bowl. I don't care who you are.
Phil Jackson.
You're no, yeah, no, he's the absolutely not.
Well, it's weird, isn't it?
It's weird, but also it's like,
Phil has 11.
but why?
Chicken or the egg? I don't know. Like that's like him and Belichick have to be the ultimate right place, right time type of guys, or they're like, we created this new thing. It's called a fucking triangle, and I'm smoking weed out of my tits right now.
Chicken
But I
or
have two
the
of the
egg?
greatest basketball players who play the exact same style of basketball.
Chicken or the egg? Come
That guy's
on.
a fucking, I don't know what he is.
Come on, Devin.
You sure?
So there's a
Sure he
world
wasn't Philly?
where Phil Jackson isn't the coach for either Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, and they don't have their championships. Nah, sorry.
He's produced the last 3 three-peats.
Cool, good for him. But at the end of the day, it's like, how much credit do we give Steve Kerr?
Can Steve Kerr do it with another team?
No. Who the fuck could Steve Kerr go do it with? How have we seen Steve Kerr? We've seen Steve Kerr coach the Golden State, the Steph Curry led Golden State Warriors, and then Olympians.
Yeah.
It's like let's see if he can turn trash into treasure. I promise you that's not happening.
Well, Phil coached the Bulls.
Yes.
1-6. Coached the Lakers 1-5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a little nuts.
So, but it's like, it's like if.
But you also had, Mike. And then you had Kobe and Shaq, and then Kobe.
Okay, like that's what I'm saying. It's like,
But
it's
I want to know how big of an impact Phil Jackson was, or was he just truly right place, right time?
Right, 80-20.
Okay, fair.
Maybe 20% credit to him, maybe.
Fair.
But it's Michael fucking Jordan, and I mean, am I wrong? Like, mistake me if I'm wrong. Did Phil Jackson retire for 2 years in between those three-peats?
No.
Huh?
Did he retire when Shaq left? No.
Well, I'm saying, so like when Mike didn't play in between those three-peats, and it was no Mike, but Phil Jackson was still there.
What happened?
Had his shit shake. So it's like, it's pretty clear that I would say
when Katie got hurt, and then when Katie left, and then Clay got hurt. Did Steve Kerr retire? No. That's fair. When Kobe tore his Achilles.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. Steve Kerr was like, "Fuck, dude, someone's hurt. What do I do?
He said,
what do I do?
I'm just gonna start fucking screaming. I don't know.
What do I do? I need
20. Draymond, you don't got this.
I need 2015 Draymond and AI.
Dude, you needed fucking.
They
2097
people call some people call Iggy AI. So there you go. If you want to talk about sharing initials.
Draymond.
Now, because he has the other nickname of Iggy, they will resort to using that first.
There's no one
but
named T.I.
There's
Not
no other
T.I.
KD
Jesus Christ. T.O.
T.O. I don't know. But if there was, they'd call him T.O. for sure.
I'm definitely naming my kid
But there
Orenthal
is
James, that's for sure.
no. Now you have to name your kid something with a KD and call him KD.
My last name's not D.
We'll just go first.
Don't
First
say
and
my
middle.
last name.
No, first and middle. Oh,
Don't
You know
say
what?
my
I'm
name.
not. You've done this before, where it's like, no, Devin. I'm sorry, but like one Google search and anybody watching this can figure out exactly who you are. It's like, sorry, but yearbooks are online for anybody that needs to know that.
My books?
No, yearbooks are online.
Ew.
So like, if you wanted to like see like what the 20 blank class looked like, you could see what the class. You could check it out. You could figure it out pretty quick.
But no.
You want to guess? You want to what? What's up?
I might have to name my kid Orenthal. And I think if I marry someone who's my age, and obviously a female, like I don't think they'll know who Orenthal James is. I could tell them that it's my grandfather's name.
You
Now,
could
granted,
definitely
they're one Google search away from knowing who that is, but I think it'd be pretty fun.
That's the thing. First of all, just convincing a woman who doesn't know what OJ's real name is to name her child Orenthal.
Yeah.
That's going to be
is that
tricky.
a type of toothpaste?
But see, this is what I'm saying though. It'd probably be harder to just have her get over the fact that it's the name Orenthal than the fact that it correlates with a murderer.
O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
It's like, no. It's like
Well, if I bring up like the fact that O.J. created the Kardashians, maybe.
I mean, he didn't create the Kardashians.
No one would have known who Robert Kardashian
Khloe.
was.
Oh, I thought you meant how he's Khloe Kardashian's father.
No, I'm saying no one would have known who Robert Kardashian was.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but he was already. I mean, the Kardashians were gonna be the Kardashians.
We don't know.
Period. Point blank. Period. Well, yeah, bro. Rob went off, and then fucking Bruce Jenner popped into the scene and started popping out more babies. Like, no, the Kardashian. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think we were gonna you think if OJ Simpson's lawyer wasn't Rob Kardashian, we wouldn't have Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Potentially.
No, we absolutely would. Because Kris Jenner would have went on to fuck Bruce Jenner, and we would have still had all these fucking kids and people, and Kim would have still fucked Ray J. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
He was out the picture way before they even became the Kardashians.
Yeah, he was dead.
He was dead. They call it, what was it, Family Guy? I think it was Family Guy. They were like, yeah, guilt cancer.
Guilt cancer.
That's what they called it.
That's awesome.
It wasn't me. It was Seth MacFarlane. Do you want to guess some athletes?
Well, OJ. OJ probably caught guilt cancer too. That's how he died.
OJ got guilt cancer. Whoa.
He wasn't. He had not a bone of guilt in his entire body. He didn't give two fucks. No remorse. No remorse.
That clip.
That's the fourth stooge right there, dude. He don't give a fuck.
OJ's so stupid. You want to guess some athletes?
Yeah.
So I have some stats. I have some facts. I have some things about some players. Now, I took a little bit of inspiration from the Jeopardy, like career paths and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just trying to make it a little more simple. But we got 3 guys. Let's see what you can do. First player. This player is a corner. He came out of USC. He was drafted in 2017. He started with the Titans, then played for the Giants, and is now a part of the Eagles as of this offseason. And when he came in 2017, the draft, he was also known as a very great return specialist.
Slay's been an Eagle for a while. Titan, Giant, Eagle. No other teams?
Titans,
Return
Giants,
specialist.
Eagles. Came out of USC as a corner, but also was highly
James
sought
Bradbury?
after for. No. This was a
Point
name
taken.
who I'll say he was a bust. He was a
J.C.
bust. I
Jackson?
mean, he was drafted. Who? No.
J.C. Jackson. Is he a Charger?
Yeah. I think he was Charged. Was he the one that went Chargers, Patriots, then back to the Chargers?
I think so.
Okay. This player was drafted first round. Was he was a good corner, but also they wanted him returning balls, and he was supposed to be this dynamic player, and kind of just fell off the radar.
USC's throwing me off.
USC should be the if see, the problem is maybe even when I say the name, I'm hoping when I say it, you might not.
I might not.
If I showed you one clip, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I remember. Like, he was one of the top prospects. Like, every year you got like 5 guys where their highlight tapes playing all of like March and April.
Combine.
Like, and they're talking about him every day on the NFL Network. This was one of those players where they were like, this is a guy who's going to be able to come in as a corner, return punts, return kicks. He was a Trojan. USC. Wait, no, USC were...
Trojan.
They were Trojans, right? Okay, yeah.
They are
They
Trojans.
were Trojans. Okay.
I don't know.
I'll give you a
I'm
couple.
fucking lost.
Do you remember Adoree Jackson?
Ah.
It's Adoree Jackson.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess
Is that what you said?
agree, I mean, a bust.
When I said Jackson?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said J.C. Jackson. I was like, you were close.
Who'd you say?
But Adoree Jackson. He was.
Hey.
I mean,
That's not
he
a
was
name I
popping.
have fresh, and it's probably because he's a bust.
That's a name that I didn't even realize was still in the NFL. That's the only reason I picked him. When I saw he was still in the league, I was like, holy shit! Like, Adoree Jackson's still in the NFL. I didn't even know. He's been a Giant for a minute. Now he's with the Eagles. So, I guess we'll see. Next player. This player, his career path went Miami, Cleveland, New Orleans. He was drafted in 2014.
Jarvis.
It's Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis.
This player was drafted out of the University of Georgia. His first 5 years, he had 1,000 receiving yards. He was a 7-time Pro Bowler. Drafted in 2011. Let's spice it up. Played for 2 teams.
AJ Green.
Yes.
Fucking
AJ
go.
Green, you motherfucker.
Let's go.
Yeah, see that's why if I would have said Cincinnati, Arizona, it would have fucking been even easier.
Well,
AJ Green.
I've had AJ Green on the mind for years because he's one of those fucking, for whatever reason, just fully forgotten about top receivers of our era.
Okay, am I tripping, or like I remember that era, like thinking he was like way better than Brandon Marshall?
He was kind of post Brandon Marshall's prime.
Brandon Marshall, 2011.
Well, that was Brandon Marshall's prime.
Okay, but still,
AJ
I'm
Green
saying like
was drafted.
I'm saying the hype that Brandon Marshall got and still gets today, I feel like should be at least times 2 for AJ Green.
What was it like? Before maybe, I don't know, 2016, 2017. AJ Green was a top 5 receiver in the league for years.
Yes, it was.
And
It was.
there was a ton of like, get him a quarterback, trade him, do all this
No, it
shit.
was
And I
Andy
was like,
Dalton.
all right,
It was
we'll wait till he's fucking old to trade him or get rid of him.
Andy Dalton threw that bitch in the air.
Against
AJ
y'all.
Green came down with it.
Well, just
He was.
all the time. No, AJ was a fucking dog. But I've just thought about him so much because we talk about all these other fucking guys from our era, and AJ Green's like forgotten about. And if he got a quarterback, he would have been so much better. But 7-time Pro Bowlers, sick.
Well, the injuries killed him. I mean, his first 5 years, he had 1,000 yards.
Well, it was after those 5 years where it was like, this motherfucker doesn't have a quarterback. He's not on a good team. They suck. Then he got injured.
But I do specifically remember, like, when he, like, I remember, like, ankle problems starting for him. Like, he was done for after that.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe had one resurgence year, but then he was cooked. But yeah, guess the athlete. I guess, I'll make it harder next time. That's fine. Aaron Rodgers.
I do like those more because it's less like, you gotta know like where people go instead of like where they sit in all time rankings.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
shit.
Like it can be
easier.
a little bit easier, but it's also a touch just more interesting.
Kelsey,
like Plum. I could have came to the Dory Jackson conclusion. Maybe
you could have, if you just thought. I mean, that was just a pool. If you would have thought of that name, that would have been a nice pool. Guess the athlete. Kelsey Plum, Aaron Rodgers, biggest do-overs, KD, Jon Jones, the Celtics, Ace Bailey, the 2025 NBA champions. Is there anything else you need to say before we get out of here, Devin?
Maybe A-Rod married Kelsey Plum.
I'd hide that too.
And
I would, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's about as close as gay as not, it's not being gay, I guess.
No. There's other ladies in the WNBA,
but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm being half serious when I talk about Kelsey Plum, but at the same time,
I think we're
she's
being
a
half
little
serious when we
stranger
talk about everything. So no one take what we're saying seriously, but unless you want to,
yeah, no, but I mean,
get upset.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about how I look and say I look like a little fucking ugly drug dealing fucking meth head, sure, I'm fucking whatever. I don't care. I'm white trash. I'm disgusting, Devin. Fine, it is what it is. I don't know what else you want me to say. Ew, his fingernails. I still can't get over that comment. I don't even have fingernails. Eat my shit down.
I've never seen you have fingernails.
Eat them bitches down. I'm gross, yeah, but them motherfuckers talking about, ooh, your fingernails. I don't got a red camera. What the fuck are you seeing?
The red camera.
Like what they use like on movie sets, just the brand, like red. It's just a movie level camera. Cinema level, Devin. Which I don't care how big the podcast gets. I don't want to be like the pivot where it feels like a documentary, like every episode.
It's sitting in the round and it's like.
Or no, not even the pivot. Like even nicer cameras, like barbershop.
Bro, it's like Apple. It's like an Apple TV show. It's like,
bro,
man, that's my favorite saying. Yeah. No. That's one of my favorite sayings.
LeBron's
in 4K. I gotta listen to that. I gotta listen to that in 4K.
Oh my god, dude, that barbershop shit was the most, like, fakest setup. Like,
it looks like you have to pay $100 an episode for it. And none of the it's funny that none of those conversations like really get clipped. It's like you have some of like the greatest athletes and minds in the entertainment and sports world, and we're not clipping any of that. But
y'all didn't talk about shit.
Theo Vaughn gets clipped 87 times for saying black ducks in front of.
Well, it's also like Williams. I mean I love to go back and watch it. It's like how good of like conversations were they having? It's like, all right, here. So wait. So here, you give me. Tell me,
it's just a bunch of dick sucks, you know?
But I'm saying, like, okay, we're in a barbershop. I want you to just start explaining to me, like, why LeBron's better than Michael Jordan.
Played for 38 years. Yeah, I would imagine
Like,
they
how did
cut that
like
out.
we're so either there was a lack of conversation or a lack of hair cutting. Like, which I want to go back and
Definitely a lack of
see.
hair cutting. I've never watched it. I think it's on it. Isn't it on a screen? Oh, it's on a streaming service, no?
Probably.
It's definitely
I
not a
mean, I'll
YouTube
bust
thing.
out the Apple TV if I got to. I guess.
I
I mean,
think it's an Apple
but
TV type of deal.
I'll never see it. That's okay.
I don't care.
That's
I don't think I'm
fine.
missing anything because now we
I
can
don't think.
watch LeBron talk to Steve Nash. So when JJ Redick fails, Steve Nash can take over as the head coach of whatever team LeBron's playing for. Like, I give a damn about what Steve Nash has to say. Who cares?
Oh shit.
And
But
Braun
all
just sounds like
right.
such a cornball in those
LeBron. I mean, everything he sounds, it just sounds like a PR team gave him a script before.
things. For real.
So it's hard to. It's hard.
He did
I
say
wish he
something
would.
really intriguing. I know we're sort of rolling this out, but Steve Nash, I almost said Steve Young. Steve Nash said, "Are there any rules that you would take from FIBA?" And LeBron was like, "I know NBA fans want to see us play playoff level basketball and playoff level intensity for 82 games, but we don't have to listen to the people." I thought that was pretty intriguing.
What? He said we don't have to listen to the people.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, it's like
Then no one's gonna watch your fucking 82 game season, then, Stinky.
it's like, hey, these Frosted Flakes suck. Do better. And Kellogg's is like, fuck y'all. Like, no, like we need like we're the consumer. It's like you're making a product. It's like, what do you mean?
Wait, I'm pretty sure that's what Frosted Flakes does, though. Frosted Flakes suck dick, dude. They ate that during
They're
wartime.
not
They ate that
terrible.
during World War II. That's a terrible
They're
example.
not terrible.
It's a fucking cornflake covered in
Yeah, that ain't
frost. What the fuck is
that ain't the
frost?
worst. There's worse than Frosted
No, of
Flakes.
course.
But I'm just saying, it's like
Honey
if we're
Bunches
gonna.
of Oats is underrated.
Why'd you laugh? What's so funny about Honey Bunches of Oats?
I said moats.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no,
No,
I
there
got
was
Honey
just a
Bunches
thing in
of
the
Bunches of
show.
Oats in the
Just
kitchen right now.
Quaker Moats.
What are you talking about? All right, I think it's time to get out of here.
No, we gotta get out of here.
I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're talking about. But
No, it was from a show.
we have talked about everything. Oh, okay. It's from a show. We have talked about everything that we could possibly talk about, Devin. NBA Finals, people acting like cunts, Jon Jones retiring like a bitch. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode of On It. We will be back on Saturday. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.